picture this. You walk into a room. It does not matter which room. Could be a party, could be a meeting, could be the grocery store at 7 in the evening when everyone is just trying to grab their almond milk and go home. You are not doing anything dramatic. You are not wearing a ball gown. You are not making an entrance. You are just there, existing, breathing, moving through the space like you belong there. And then it happens. Someone drops their drink. Not because they are clumsy, because they looked up and saw you and forgot how to coordinate their own hand. Someone else stops mid-sentence. Their mouth is still slightly open. The word they were saying just dissolves into nothing. And across the room, there is a person who has been watching the door all night without even realizing it. And when you walk in, their heart does this strange thing. This stutter, this skip, this violent little hiccup that makes them press a hand to their chest like they need to physically hold themselves together. They are nervous, Virgo, like very nervous. And it is all because of you. I have to laugh because the energy around you right now is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous in the best way. It is the kind of energy that makes people forget their own names. The kind that turns confident people into stuttering messes. The kind that makes someone rehearse a simple hello in their head for 20 minutes before they work up the courage to say it to you. And the wildest part, you are not even trying. That is what is sending them over the edge. You are not performing. You are not putting on a show. You are not doing the thing where you flip your hair or laugh too loud to get attention. You are simply being yourself. But yourself right now is operating on a frequency so high, so magnetic, so completely and effortlessly captivating that people do not know how to act around you. They are literally losing their composure and you are just standing there wondering why everyone is acting weird. Let me tell you exactly what is happening because I can see it so clearly and it is making me grin. There is someone, and when I say someone, I mean a specific person who has been orbiting you for a while now. Maybe they are new, maybe they have been around for months, but recently something shifted. Something in the way you carry yourself changed. It was subtle, a quiet upgrade. Like you finally stopped dimming your light to make the room more comfortable. And this person noticed. Oh, they noticed. They noticed the way your voice sounds different now. More grounded, more sure. They noticed that you stopped apologizing for taking up space. They noticed that when you look at them, you look all the way through them. Not in a mean way. In a way that says, I see exactly who you are and I am not intimidated. And that look is destroying them in the best possible way. They are nervous around you now in a way they never were before. Before, they could play it cool. They could lean against a wall and act unaffected. They could speak to you in this casual, laid-back tone like they had all the power. But now they are fumbling. They are saying words backwards. They are laughing at things that are not jokes because their brain is so busy processing your proximity that it cannot distinguish between humor and silence. They have started dressing more carefully on days they know they will see you. Not that you would notice, but they notice. They spend an extra 10 minutes in front of the mirror wondering if this shirt makes them look like they are trying too hard. Because they are trying. They are trying so hard not to look like they are trying. And it is adorable. And it is obvious. And everyone sees it except maybe you. I feel like this person has started memorizing your schedule, not in a creepy way, in a way where their body just naturally knows when you are about to appear. Their energy perks up before you even walk in. They can sense you like a tuning fork that starts vibrating when you get close. And they hate it. They hate how much power you have over their nervous system without even touching them. They have probably complained to their friends about it. Why do I get so weird around them? What is wrong with me? And their friends are probably looking at them like, dude, you are obviously in love. But they cannot admit that yet. Because admitting it would mean admitting that you have completely dismantled their cool. And their cool was everything to them. It was their armor, and you walked right through it like it was made of tissue paper. Now, here is where it gets really interesting. Because this nervousness is not just coming from one person, it is coming from multiple directions. Like you have become this unexpected earthquake, and everyone is trying to figure out how to stand upright in your presence. There is an X. Yes, of course there is an X. There is always an X when your energy shifts like this. And this X is watching you from a distance with a mixture of awe and absolute terror. They are terrified because they see what they lost. They see what they took for granted. They see this version of you that is shinier, sharper, more self-possessed than the version they had access to. And they are kicking themselves. Like literally, physically, in their mind, they are replaying every stupid decision they made and wondering how they could have been so blind. Because you were always this person. You were always this radiant. You were always this powerful. They just did not appreciate it when they had the chance. And now that you have moved into a new level of yourself, they are realizing that the door they walked out of is not just closed. It is locked, bolted, sealed, and you are on the other side looking absolutely phenomenal without them. This X is nervous for a different reason than the crush. The crush is nervous because they want in. The X is nervous because they know they are out and they are scrambling. They are trying to find reasons to contact you, little excuses, a memory they suddenly want to share, a question they suddenly need answered, a hope you are doing well message that they type and delete 10 times because they know how pathetic it sounds. They are nervous because they can feel that you have stopped caring. And there is nothing more frightening to someone who once held your heart than the realization that they no longer hold any piece of you, that you have reclaimed every shard they broke off, that you have glued yourself back together and the finished product looks better than the original. They are looking at your social media, if they still have access, with their heart in their throat. Because every post, every story, every update is a reminder that you are thriving in a world they are no longer invited into. And that exclusion is making them shake. But let us go back to the crush, because they are the main event right now. The star of the Nervous Breakdown show. I want to describe to you what happens to this person when you are near them, because it is so specific and so funny and so completely endearing. Their palms get sweaty, not a little damp, like full-on clammy. They have to wipe them on their pants before they shake your hand or hand you something. Their voice gets higher, just slightly, just enough that their friends notice and raise an eyebrow. They forget basic facts. You could ask them what day it is, and they would have to think about it, because 90% of their brain is occupied by analyzing the way you just said their name. They have started noticing ridiculous things about you. The way your earrings catch the light, the way you tuck your hair behind your ear when you are concentrating, the way your shoulders look in that one top. They have a whole catalog of observations about you that they have never shared with anyone because they know how obsessed it makes them sound. And the eye contact. Oh, the eye contact is killing them. They used to be able to look at you normally, like a regular person. But now, every time your eyes meet, something short circuits in their brain. They either look away too fast, like they have been caught doing something wrong, or they stare too long, like they have forgotten the social rules about how many seconds of eye contact are appropriate. There is no in between anymore. They are either darting their eyes around like a nervous rabbit or gazing at you like you are the only person in the universe. And you probably think they are just being awkward. But it is not awkwardness. It is awe. It is the physical manifestation of someone who has been completely undone by your presence. Someone who is trying so hard to act normal while their entire being is screaming, I am in danger, I am in love, I am terrified, I am thrilled. They have probably started dreaming about you. I am picking up on that so strongly. Vivid dreams where you are doing the most mundane things, making coffee, reading a book, walking down a street. And in the dream, they are just watching you, not even interacting, just watching. Because in the dreamscape, they do not have to worry about saying the wrong thing. They do not have to worry about their sweaty palms or their shaky voice. They can just be near you. And when they wake up, they feel this strange mix of bliss and devastation. Bliss, because they got to be with you, even if it was not real. Devastation, because they opened their eyes and you were not there. And then they go through their whole day with the ghost of that dream clinging to them, which makes them even more nervous when they see you in real life. Because now they have this secret, this dream memory, this intimate imaginary moment that you know nothing about. And they are terrified that you can somehow see it on their face. I also feel like there is someone at your workplace or in your daily environment who is suddenly very aware of you. Maybe a colleague, maybe a neighbor, maybe someone who serves you coffee every morning, and they have developed a full-blown crush that they are terrible at hiding. They have started messing up your order because they get flustered when you smile at them. They have started wearing nicer clothes on the days you come in. They have started finding reasons to be near your desk, your space, your orbit, and everyone around you has noticed except you, because you are busy, you are focused, you are in your own world, building your own empire, and you do not have time to notice that half the people in your vicinity are developing heart palpitations every time you walk by. That is the power of your current energy, Virgo. You are not trying to be a heartbreaker. You are not trying to make people nervous. You are just existing at your highest frequency. And that frequency is incompatible with mediocrity. It is incompatible with half measures. It is incompatible with people who want to approach you with low energy or bad intentions. So what happens is the people who are genuine, who are worthy, who are ready, they get nervous because they recognize your value. They recognize that you are not someone you can just casually date or casually know. You are someone who requires intention, who requires effort, who requires a level of presence and honesty that most people are not used to giving. And that requirement scares them, but it also excites them. Because deep down, they know that if they could somehow win your attention, if they could somehow get past their own nervousness and actually connect with you, it would be the best thing that ever happened to them. Now, let us talk about the haters for a second, because they are nervous too. But their nervousness is different. It is laced with envy, with insecurity, with the sinking realization that they cannot compete with what you are becoming. There is someone who used to feel superior to you. Maybe they were prettier, maybe they had more money, maybe they were more popular, and they used that advantage to make you feel small, to make you feel like you were lucky to even be in their presence. And now Now the tables have turned so dramatically that they are getting whiplash. They see you glowing. They see people gravitating toward you. They see the way the room changes when you enter it. And they are nervous because their power over you is gone, completely evaporated. They have nothing left to hold over your head. No leverage, no superiority. Just the bitter, gnawing awareness that they underestimated you, that they mocked the caterpillar without realizing it was about to become a butterfly, and now that butterfly is flying circles around them while they are still crawling on the ground. This hater is watching you with narrowed eyes and a clenched jaw. They are trying to find flaws, trying to find something to criticize, but you are not giving them anything. Your energy is too clean. Your glow is too authentic. Your confidence is too quiet to be attacked, and that is making them desperate. They might start rumors. They might try to sabotage you in small, petty ways. But here is the thing. Everyone sees them doing it. Your light is so bright that their shadows are obvious. Their attempts to dim you only make them look worse, and they know it, which is why they are nervous, because they are losing the game they did not even know they were playing. And you are not even playing. You are just winning by being yourself. I want to talk about your physical presence for a moment because it is part of what is making everyone lose their minds. You have changed the way you move. There is more slowness now, more deliberateness. You do not rush anymore. You do not apologize for taking up time or space. When you speak, people lean in because your voice has this new weight to it, this authority. You are not louder. You are just clearer. And clarity is sexy. Clarity is powerful. When you say no, it lands like a stone. When you say yes, it feels like a gift. People are not used to that level of certainty from someone they once perceived as accommodating. They are used to you bending, to you adjusting, to you making yourself smaller so they can feel bigger. And now that you have stopped doing that, they do not know where to put themselves. They do not know how to relate to a you who does not negotiate her own worth. Your style has probably shifted too, not dramatically, but subtly. You are wearing things that feel good instead of things that just look good to other people. You are prioritizing comfort and power over trendiness. And somehow that makes you look even more striking, because when someone is truly comfortable in their own skin, it creates this aura that no designer label can replicate. People can sense that you are not dressing for their approval. You are dressing for your own pleasure. And that pleasure radiates. It makes them want to know what you know. It makes them want to have what you have. It makes them want to be the reason you look that pleased with yourself. And the ones who know they cannot measure up to that standard, they get nervous. Very nervous. There is also something about your boundaries that is throwing people off. You have started saying no more. You have started leaving situations that do not serve you. You have stopped responding to messages that feel low effort. And the people who were used to having access to you whenever they wanted are panicking. They are realizing that your time is now a currency and it is appreciating in value. They cannot just spend it whenever they feel like it. They have to earn it. They have to invest, and that investment requires them to be better than they have been, to show up more fully, to be more honest. And some of them are not willing to do that work, so they get nervous and then they get angry because your boundaries are exposing their laziness. Your standards are highlighting their lack of effort, and they do not like being seen that clearly. But the ones who are willing to do the work, oh, they are still nervous. But it is a different kind of nervous. It is the nervousness of someone standing at the edge of a diving board, looking down at water they have never jumped into before. They are scared, but they are excited because they know that on the other side of that fear is you, and you are worth the jump. You are worth the risk. You are worth every moment of sweaty palms and shaky voice and racing heart. And they are gearing up. They are preparing. They are asking their friends for advice. They are practicing what to say. They are trying to figure out how to approach you without looking like a complete fool. And they are going to fail at that. They are going to look like a fool. But it is going to be the most endearing, most genuine, most lovable version of foolishness you have ever seen, because it is going to come from someone who is genuinely terrified of how much they feel for you. And that terror is the highest compliment anyone can pay you. I feel like there is a specific moment coming, a moment where this nervous person finally breaks, where the pressure of their own feelings becomes too much to contain, and they do something unexpected. Maybe they blurt out a confession. Maybe they write you a message that is way too long and way too honest. Maybe they show up somewhere with a gift that is slightly too thoughtful for the level of your current relationship. And when it happens, you are going to have a choice. You can let them squirm. You can enjoy the power. You can make them work for it. And honestly, you should. Not out of cruelty, but out of self-respect. Because you deserve to be courted. You deserve to be pursued with intention. You deserve to see someone lay their cards on the table and say, I am nervous because you matter. You matter so much that I forgot how to be cool. And I do not want to be cool anymore. I want to be real. I want to be yours. And when they say that or something like it, you are going to feel it in your bones, in your belly, in that place deep inside you that knows the difference between performance and truth. And if the feeling is right, if the nervousness is pure and not manipulative, if the person behind the shaky hands and the racing heart is actually good for you, then you can choose to meet them there. You can choose to say, I see you, I see your effort, I see your fear, and I am not going to make this easy for you, but I am going to make it worth it. Because that is the energy you are in now, Virgo. You are not desperate. You are not chasing. You are not trying to convince anyone of your value. You are simply being, and your being is so potent that it is forcing everyone around you to level up or back off. So here is what I want you to do with all this nervous energy that is swirling around you. I want you to enjoy it, not in an arrogant way, in a grateful way. Be grateful that you have become someone who inspires such strong reactions. Be grateful that your light is bright enough to make people squint. Be grateful that your presence is heavy enough to shift the atmosphere of every room you enter. And do not shrink, do not dim, do not apologize for making them nervous. It is not your job to manage their feelings. It is not your job to make yourself smaller so they can feel bigger. Your only job is to keep becoming more of who you are, to keep refining your energy, to keep choosing yourself so completely that the people who are meant for you have no choice but to rise to the occasion. The nervous ones are going to sort themselves out. The crush is either going to confess or fade away. The ex is either going to accept their loss or make a pathetic attempt to win you back that you will gracefully decline. The hater is either going to implode from their own jealousy or find someone else to obsess over. And you are going to keep walking through rooms like you own them, because you do. You own every space you enter, not because you are loud, because you are sure. And sureness is the ultimate power move. Keep doing what you are doing, Virgo. Keep glowing, keep growing, keep making them nervous. Because every stuttered hello, every dropped glass, every flushed cheek, every awkward pause is evidence that you have become unforgettable. And unforgettable is exactly what you were born to be. So walk tall, smile slow, let them sweat. And when the right one finally works up the nerve to ask you for your time, your attention, your heart, make sure they know that you are not a prize to be won easily. You are a universe to be explored. And exploration requires courage. The kind of courage that makes your hands shake and your voice tremble and your heart feel like it is trying to escape your chest. If they are brave enough to feel all of that and still choose to stand before you, then maybe, just maybe, they are brave enough to love you the way you deserve. But until then, let them be nervous. You have earned every second of their awe.